The ambassador program became an idea that sort of was driven, I think, maybe by the DSIC or the chamber, but the notion that there should be ambassadors to tell people when they come to town where to eat, what to do, that would be a great thing. And that morphed into this conversation with Mike Scocchio from City Mission, who's just got deep commitment to people of all kinds, a deep commitment to downtown.
Well, City Mission is located right in the heart of the revitalization in downtown, and we kind of knew, being a homeless shelter, that that's not the most natural fit. But we also believe with all our hearts that we had something special to contribute to downtown. So really, Philip Morris is such a grand person, and we knew he'd be open to discussing this with us. And when we talked with Philip, he had mentioned that some other downtown leaders, people like Sharon Jordan and Tom Wilson, had come up with this concept of having ambassadors to welcome all the new visitors that are coming to downtown Schenectady. We heard about it, we knew for us that was the perfect fit, and we said, we'll do that.
And for a while they did it as a volunteer effort. The Metroplex funded it for about a year and a half in order to put some dollars into the pockets of some of the people who are just starting to re-enter the workforce. And now Proctor's is supporting it in lieu of other kinds of security. And pretty soon, another couple of months, we're going to start a small ticket fee that's going to be going to make sure that the ambassador program stays on forever.
A couple of years ago, an old pastor of mine, Art Hudak, and me were going to First Reformed Church. And I was at the City Mission, and he knew I needed some work to try and get back on my feet. So he introduced me to the ambassador program, and I started doing it with him, and I really enjoyed it. There were days in the beginning there where I really wasn't quite the person I am now. Not as happy, I was depressed. And just doing that kind of work, working with the people, it didn't matter what kind of mood I was in. When I left the job at night, I had a big smile on my face.
Business people who are investing their lives and their futures in downtown Schenectady were donating money to hire men and women from City Mission to stand in front of their businesses and welcome their guests to downtown Schenectady. So we just think that is an incredible story, and as we share it with other people, it always gets a smile and, in a sense, really changes people's paradigms as to what is possible.
Then at the beginning of some Proctor shows, we would just be general greeting at the doors, just welcoming people in, and people really seem to enjoy that. Really, it just puts a smile on their face coming into the place that somebody welcomed them.
People love Proctor's, and the ambassador program only accentuates that. We survey after every performance. And it's so interesting because the statistical part of it is totally predictable. How many times have you come to Proctor's before? How far do you travel? But then you read the comments, the individual comments. The ambassador program ranks right up there. I was amazed to be met at the street, to be crossed across the garage. People speak well of it all the time. So what does it mean? It just means it's part of that sense that coming to Schenectady is a really good thing.
The third way was really based on the notion that this conflict between this feeling in communities that it's either going to be revitalization or trying to help people who are in need. The third way said we're not limited by those two choices. It's not an either or, it's a both and. There is a third way.
For a long time, I didn't feel like I was a part of anything anymore. I'd lost touch with a lot of people, a lot of things. Being part of the ambassadors, I'm back out there meeting people, greeting people, and it really makes me feel important again that I'm helping Schenectady revitalize itself.
If we can build up their resources, they in turn can play a partnership role with businesses and become participants and catalysts and stakeholders in revitalization. That was the dream, the theory of Third Way. The Ambassadors Program is the concrete reality of that. I no longer have to try to convince people of the theory of Third Way. I simply say, come on down and watch the Ambassadors, and you'll see what Third Way means.